Hello, everybody. Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new Hot Takes Over the Line. And everything sounds weird. If y'all end up listening or watching this and the audio sounds weird, I'm sorry. I have no idea what's going on. Like, the audio is just... Maybe it's in my head. Maybe it's just me. It probably is just me. But if the audio sucks, I'm sorry. I mean, I know my audio would be fine, but I feel like I'm not getting good quality. None of that matters. This is what matters. We got to get to this right off the top. CNN, out in the middle of the hurricane in Florida. These guys are out here getting trolled. They're in knee-deep water, reporting on the news. And you know how excitable these weather people get when it comes to big storms like this. I think my dad referred to it this morning on Facebook as a weather woody, which is the first time I've heard of that. But I got to admit, that's actually pretty good. Here's CNN earlier today.
All right, Sarah, so we're going to step away from this, the seriousness of this storm for just 1 second. You've got to bear with me because this is something you don't see every day. Guys, what are you doing? Literally, this is a very new way to beat rush hour traffic on Bayshore Boulevard in Tampa. These guys are kayaking down this major thoroughfare, Tampa over my shoulder here. I mean, look at that. I don't want to minimize the serious nature of this.
Guys, what are you doing? I'm reporting on a real news network, CNN. They're like, we know, that's why we're doing it. We're actually trying to help your ratings. Guys, what are you doing? Anyway, that's what CNN's doing. These guys get super excitable, and if they feel like you're not taking their weather report seriously, they get their panties in a bunch. Another thing, we know everything going on in Hawaii. We know Joe Biden was not welcome there. We know everything Joe Biden has said when it comes to Hawaii and everything going on down there, the needs of the people and everything else. He's been completely insensitive, and he keeps telling this story about how his house almost burned down one time and how he almost lost his cat and his Corvette. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, somebody had to get to him and say that's not appropriate. These people lost everything. Don't tell that story anymore because it's not connecting with the American people, especially not the people of Maui. So what does Joe Biden do today? He comes out and he tells the story yet again.
But it's going to be frustrating as a devil for people. They say, why can't I go back? Storm's over. Why can't I go back and look and see if I can find that wedding ring or why I can find that album? Can't find that thing that I've lost in the house. It's really tough. Really, really tough. I didn't do anything like that, but lightning struck my house. We had to be out of that house for about 7 months while it was repaired because so much damage was done to the house and half the house almost collapsed.
No. Oh, no. The house almost collapsed. They had to stay out of it for 7 months. He's talking about when the lightning hit his house and he got a kitchen fire, had a little kitchen fire going. Fire department said they had it put out and under control in 20 minutes. But he knows what the people of Maui are going through. He understands he had a small kitchen fire one time. I can't believe they're still letting him say this. Like, I understand he's a loose cannon and he doesn't really have his faculties and doesn't understand what's going on. But, like, y'all got to do something, whether it's a pep talk before each speech or whatever. Hey, Joe, whatever you do, don't talk about the kitchen fire. We can't do that again. That's not working out for us. And there he is yet again. But at least he's saying stuff. At least he's talking because yet again today, Mitch McConnell completely froze up. And this, my friends, y'all remember the last one. He's at the Capitol. He's taking questions from reporters, and then he just stands there until somebody grabs him and takes him away. You thought that was a one-off? No. He did it again, and if you ask me, it was much worse this time around.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
Look at him. He's out of it, bro.
Okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Wow, what is that? Yo, look at this man. Look at the look on his face. The look in his face. Just look at it. Oh my God. Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Good Lord. This is crazy. How are we still allowing this kind of thing to happen? It's a Republican and it's a Democrat issue. Okay? It's fine. It's not blue versus red. These people are old. They're out of it. Mitch McConnell, Dianne Feinstein, John Fetterman, and surely Joe Biden. They got to go. What? I know Trump is up there. My man Trump is up there, okay? I get it. But this man, look at him. He's got his faculties. Look at that face. He knows exactly what he's doing. These guys, they don't. They don't have a clue where they're at or what they're doing. Get back over here, Trump. There you go, buddy. By the way, today in the studio, I hung one of those up, actually a bigger version of that, in the radio studio at work, and somebody took it down and replaced it with an image of Vivek Ramaswamy. And I don't know who it is, and I don't want to call them out, but I think their name rhymes with Richard Nixon. And I'm going to get to the bottom of that. I'm going to rectify that. You hear me? You hear me? Richard Nixon, I'm coming for you. By the way, Wild Hair Jerky bringing you this portion of the show. Guess who got a package today, baby? I'm so excited. I love when I get my packages from Wild Hair Jerky because these guys are absolutely number one. He actually sent me another gift that I didn't get today. I don't know what's wrong with the mail. If it was a mail-in ballot, they would have got it to me. But y'all hit these guys up. Here's what I want you to do. They're on the verge of opening up. And so I want you to make sure you go to their Facebook page. Right here it is. Go to Wild Hair Jerky. Easy to find. Click that like button. This is going to change your life. You trust me. Trust me. This is going to change your life. Go to Wild Hair Jerky Facebook page. Get down here. Click like. And if you're feeling frisky, send them a message and say, hey now, and let them know that you heard about them right here on Over the Line. Guess what, though? Man, I'm so excited. My boy hooked me up. Let me just show you what I got here. I've got the Spicy Grind. I don't even know. I think that's a new flavor, the Spicy Grind. I've got... Let's see what's going on here. Do my stuff freeze? I got Dream Reaper, Carolina Reaper. You know, that's a Andrew McLean special. I've got Ghost Pepper. Woo, baby. That stuff's going to be spicy. I don't know if I'm the only one he's doing spicy stuff for these days, but hey, it's on point. Jalapeno. What else we got? Man, I got so much jerky in here. The Unholy Trinity. Oh, my God. This one right here. This is the hottest of the hot. This is Carolina Reaper, Ghost Pepper, and Scorpion Pepper. That's a bad boy. And then this is the fan favorite right here. Y'all hear me? The fan favorite, roasted garlic and herb. If you get yourself some Wild Hair Jerky, this is what you need to order. You're going to absolutely love that stuff. Again, Wild Hair Jerky on Facebook. Go like them. If you don't, I'm going to assume you're a Democrat. I'm going to assume that you voted for Joe Biden. Go like the page. Show them some love. Because when they open, it's going to be first come, first serve, cuzzy. He's going to be shipping all over the place. So you want to get your orders in as soon as they're ready to go. And thank you to my buddy Brian for being a sponsor of this here podcast. Now, outside of old people freezing up and basically spitting on the graves of the people in Hawaii, there was another bombshell today, bigger than any of the other bombshells that happened. I had a caller call me today after I brought this up. He was very upset. He was upset because I was making crazy allegations. I dared bring up the fact that's reported, has been reported for now over 10 years. That there's a guy, a gay prostitute, who claims to have smoked crack and had sex with Barack Obama. I'm not even lying. The guy's name is Larry Sinclair. And Tucker Carlson was on a podcast with Adam Carolla, and they were talking about this. And Tucker alluded to the fact that he may be bringing Larry Sinclair onto his Tucker Carlson on Twitter or Tucker Carlson on X for an interview. This is what happened on Adam Carolla's show earlier today.
Love and know really well. And the media is too, by the way. I mean, the media is reporting on government, but it's also dependent on government. You know, in 2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, I'll sign an affidavit. And he did. I'll take a lie detector. And he did. I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him. Well, that was obviously true. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it. So that happens. That's just one small example, but that happens all the time with lots of different issues.
Now,
and
do you believe that transpired, or do you believe the guy is legitimate, or both?
Oh, the Larry Sinclair story? Oh, that definitely happened. Oh, for sure. I mean, I've talked to Larry Sinclair about it, and definitely it happened. I mean, Larry Sinclair's been in and out of prison during one period. I mean, 40 years ago, he was in and out of prison. He's got a criminal record by definition. He's, poor. He's got a disordered life. He's missing a tooth. Like, he's not, an Atlantic fellow. He's not going to the Aspen Ideas Festival. I think he has a record of deception. Obviously, he does. But this story, if you listen to it in detail, is clearly true. I mean, I'm going to do an interview with him and you can hear it. And again, it's not going to change the world that Barack Obama likes dudes. I think this was well known. Barack Obama said so himself in a letter to his girlfriend. And by the way, that's kind of Barack Obama's business. I'm not attacking him for liking dudes. I'm just saying the amount of lying.
Serious? He's going to do an interview with the guy. This is crazy. Now, why does it matter? It's 2023, Andrew. I mean, he could come out as transgender, and that'd be perfectly normal. Yeah, it's fine. Nobody cares that Barack Obama's having gay sex. I mean, it's not like we want to throw him in jail for it. I mean, with the prostitute thing, I guess depending on where you're doing it at, it might be illegal. And smoking crack. Smoking crack's illegal, but that's fine. Do what you want to do. Live your life. But Barack Obama is very concerned about his legacy, which is dependent on how people view him, how history is going to view him, how his major base is going to view him, which just happens to be the black community. He is beloved in the black community by the vast majority, by far. And why wouldn't he be? He's the first black president. For that matter, I wanted him, and I knew he wasn't going to be, but I wanted him to be a good president. I wanted us to be able to always say our first black president was one of the better presidents in history. I couldn't say that, though. He was the worst until Joe Biden came along. But this deal about not crack, but gay sex with a prostitute will alienate a lot of his black base because they're just not going to be down with that. They're going to feel lied to. They're going to feel like it's a sham. Everything they're going to say, I thought I knew Obama. I don't know who this guy is. He doesn't represent us. There's a lot of religious conservative people within the black community. A lot. And whether you agree with gay and straight, well, you know, it's irrelevant. I think it's irrelevant for a lot of us. But in the black community, there's a lot of people that do view that a certain way. And Obama would lose a lot of fans. Now, again, his girlfriend has come out and stated it as a fact that he told her he fantasized about having sex with men. Then what happens? Then that brings us to a point of Michelle Obama. Dare I say, we've had questions in the past? I mean, is that really a stretch? There's plenty of videos on YouTube of Michelle Obama. As a matter of fact, let's just do a little real-time research, if you will. Michelle Obama. Let's do the Ellen DeGeneres show where she was dancing on the Ellen DeGeneres show. All right. Michelle Obama. All right, here we go. Oh, this one's already previewing it. Don't believe Michelle Obama is a man. Let's see what this video has to say.
Try it again. Hit it.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. Uptown Funk gonna give it to ya. Uptown Funk gonna give it to ya. Get it, girl or guy. Woo. Oh. That's a penis. Okay. Enough of that. I take that back. Hold on. Watch this. What's this? Oh no! No! Oh my. Oh gee. Oh no. Oh god. YouTube's gonna kick this off. Oh, I'm gonna get banned now. Way to go. I didn't want you to put a picture of it on the freaking screen. Wonder if I can cut that out. I'm just saying. It's just a question. I know that sounds like a cop-out because I say it all the time, but And now what am I supposed to name? What am I supposed to name this podcast? I can't name it Michelle Obama Has a Penis. They'll never let me post it. How about let's name this podcast Michelle Obama and Hot Dogs? No, let's don't do hot dogs. Let's go Michelle Obama and maybe I'll just put Michelle Obama Has a Penis. I mean, that's not even the point of this podcast. If Barack Obama's story turns out to be true, that would lead us to believe it's maybe not highly possible, maybe not highly probable, but it gives us a reason to continue to question. And that's not the only one. Again, Google on your own time. Michelle Obama, whatever. I don't know. I just hope I don't get this podcast banned because they put a genitalia on the screen. Another thing, let me move on. Move on from that. Let me move on to another thing I want to bring up real quick, and that's Tucker Carlson. Since we're talking about him, he just recently sat down with the Hungarian president. And this guy, Hungary's really got it together. Y'all heard me bring this up. They have really kept society intact over in Hungary in a way that we can't seem to do over here. We go out of our way to do all the wrong things. We go out of our way to make sure we ruin society, that we tear down the nuclear family, that we make everything that is right wrong, and all that is wrong, we make it right. Here's a sample from Tucker Carlson's interview with the Hungarian president.
Many Hungarians as well. Nobody knows it. But we have a minority, a strong minority, more than 150,000 people in the territory of Ukraine, which was earlier part of Hungary. So it's a historical minority community living there. They are part of the Ukrainian state, and they are conscripted now to the army. And they die. They fight for Ukraine, and Hungarians, soldiers dying for Ukraine as Ukrainian citizens. So we lost, Hungarian nation, we are losing lives daily as also.
At a certain point, they're going to need more men. They're going to need more soldiers. Where are they going to come from?
That's the most risky question. So if any Western country would send any boots on the ground, that would mean a direct war between the West and Russia. And we are in a third world war immediately. So it's a very dangerous moment now.
That's obvious to you.
Absolutely. Not for me. Everybody on the street. All the ordinary citizens are aware that we are living in a very dangerous moment. So the third world war couldn't knocking on our door. So we have to be very, very careful. And that's my message always to America as well at NATO summit. Be careful with that.
And what kind of response do you get when you say that?
They are bigger, therefore they are more clever. So that's always the case.
So they don't listen to you.
We can say in that way also, yeah.
I have to ask you about Nord Stream. So it seems very obvious that the Biden administration...
Anyway, I don't want to play the whole thing for you, but you can go watch it. Obviously, it's on Twitter. Again, Tucker being on Twitter is putting his shows on there. Best thing ever. Don't get me wrong. I would watch Tucker pretty regularly. It was part of my routine, and not having him on every night does suck. I never was really that interested with the interviews and stuff like that. I was always a fan of the top of the show where he had a monologue. And that's kind of what he's done here on Twitter. Unless it's an interview, he just does a long-form monologue. But I'm telling you, when it comes to this guy that allegedly smoked crack and had sex with Barack Obama in 1999... that's going to be something else. I hate to leave this podcast on a down note, but I think it's vitally important that I play this. Yesterday, today is August 30th, so yesterday on the 29th, they had hearings with Gold Star families. The Gold Star families of the 13 slain soldiers from Afghanistan, from the botched Afghanistan withdrawal. Now, I don't know if they were all there, but there were some at least. I didn't get to watch it in its entirety. I just caught one piece of it, where a guy by the name of Mark Schmitz is speaking. Mark Schmitz is the father of late Marine Corps Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz. And he's seen everything we've seen. He probably knows more about what's going on. But yesterday, as he was speaking, he had a message for Joe Biden. And this is a guy that's going through stuff that none of us could imagine. There may be some of you guys that listen to this podcast that have lost loved ones during service in the military. And if you have, thank you for everything that your loved one did for us. I mean, especially me, giving me the freedom, at least for now, to get on here and do things like this. But I personally cannot imagine the pain, the hurts, and the feeling of betrayal from the country that you sent your son to serve. How he was let down and after that treated as just another disposable tool, a nobody. I want you to listen to this man's speech.
Not a single general slapped down their stars, which should have happened 2 years ago when Biden ignored his reliable intelligence. Not a single person has been held accountable. Our so-called leader can't seem to even utter their names in public, not even once. Mr. Biden has run his entire political campaign for 50 years as the family man. Well, I've got news for you, sir. The curtain has been lifting, and that campaign slogan will never work again. We have seen what's going on in your family, and even worse, we've seen how you've been treating us as Gold Star families. And there couldn't be anything more disgusting and cowardly than the way you have treated us. You are a disgrace to this nation. You have no business having ultimate command over our military, and I regret not saying that to your face when I had the opportunity in Dover. I felt it more important to bite my tongue, but I also had more important things on my mind at that time, like receiving my son's lifeless body stateside. While I stood there on the tarmac, watching you check your watch over and over again, all I wanted to do was shout out, "It's 2:30, asshole." But out of respect to the other grieving families, I bit my tongue once again. Well, as you could probably tell by now, I'm done biting my tongue. You, sir, stole their lives, their futures, their dreams, and have ripped apart 13 families. You cannot even man up and admit that. You, sir, gave us all the title Gold Star family. You, sir, discredit honor and integrity. 2 years later, there are things I find myself thinking about. Where and what was Biden's logic sneaking out of Bagram in the middle of the night before ever getting a single Afghan partner or American civilian out? This is the purest definition of intentional negligence. This is just one of many irresponsible and negligent decisions coming from the White House.
It's just so awful to hear the pain coming from that dad's voice, knowing he lost his son because of, as he stated, negligence. That's what it was. And there's 12 other families just from that situation, all because Joe Biden wanted a political W. He wanted to be the one that ended a 20-year war. And he ended up with the blood of those soldiers on his hands and handing over an entire country to the terrorists that we were allegedly fighting. Not just handing it over, but immediately recognizing them as the new official government of Afghanistan. It's absolutely sickening on every level imaginable. This is why the American people are turning on this man. I truly believe. It's a lot of things. There's a lot of factors. But Joe Biden won't be around much longer. Joe Biden might not even make it to the end of his term. But we will make sure the history books remember him accurately, because this man is pure evil. Pure evil, just like most of them. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for checking us out yet again. Like, share, tell your mama, tell your daddy, and we'll be back with a brand new episode next time. Until next time, see you, cuz!